everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's been it's been an interesting 48 hours. It's actually been interesting since like a week ago with the full moon. And so if I could just get someone to give me a thumbs up with the sound. My speaker light is acting up and I just want to make sure you can hear me. That would be great. And yeah, I'm so grateful to be here. Grateful you guys have joined today. Today, I wanted to talk about timelines. Do we know what timelines are? Let me know in the comments if you've got a grasp on what timelines are. So every time, bahaha, you make a decision or you put your energy towards something, you are creating an energy line. And when you change your mind, there's still a little energy going that way. This is my understanding of it anyway. And hey, nobody says I've got all the truth. It's just my truth. So that's what I'm here to share with you. And so when we say pick your highest timeline, this means managing your energy and keeping your energy as high as possible and focusing on that which you most desire. So instead of going down a doom and gloom or the world is crazy and nothing's changing and this sort of scenario, and I read something earlier about a fellow that was telling his kids not to have children because of climate change. I was like, what? What? So so choosing where you're going to put your focus, right? Which is your diete, your diet. What are you consuming with these eyes, these ears, and this mouth? And so in choosing our highest timeline, we're then able to manage our energy better. And other things just kind of fall to the wayside. They're not really in your reality. They may exist, you're not denying that, but they're just really not showing up in your reality because you are creating your reality. And so as these timeline shifts keep happening, especially around, I feel like we've been bridging, we're trying to catch up to ourselves, if that makes sense. Hi, Rebecca. Good to see you. We're trying to catch up to ourselves energetically. Our energy bodies are ahead of us, right? And we're bridging, trying to wait for me. I'm coming. So the physical is trying to catch up to the energetic body. How do you know? Tripping, weird sore muscles, things going on that don't normally go on. Like everything's not, you're dropping things more. You've cut your finger. Uh, yeah, there's quite a few stories I've heard over the last 5 days alone of anomaly things people are doing, and I'm like, oh, you're bridging timelines. You're trying to catch up to your energy body, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong way. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Carolyn, in the background, for doing the admin. I appreciate you. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. And so I just wanted to chat a bit about this bridging of timelines and this energy bridging. Sometimes we got to slow down to speed up. You cut your finger yesterday, see? These things happen and then they go ding, 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 ding. Many people that I speak to have similar things. We had a whole thing about keys last week. So it goes to show that these things happen consistently across the energies that we're sort of connected with, because those are the only ones I know of. But this is you. So don't be afraid to just go, oh, that's interesting. Let's slow down a little bit. Take some deep breaths. You're not going to be left behind. That would be impossible. If we create our own reality, how are you left behind? So, a lot of people have this concern around, yes, we're vibrating more. Yes, Earth is vibrating more. Whatever that means, whatever happens, I'm actually done Do you know how many years I've listened to stories? And I'm gonna "You've been sleeping great." Oh, good for you, because we haven't been. See? We're all going through our own thing. Um, I've been listening to these stories about splits and new Earth and da 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 da. Let's just be present. Let's just slow down. We're not in a race to get anywhere. In fact, this, as you know, being present is the only moment that counts. Where if you're, worried about the future, you've got anxiety, and if you're focused on the past and woulda, coulda, shouldas, that shows up as depression. Hi, Logan 11, good to see you. And none of this we want. And there's so many people. So I did get an EBS notification this afternoon at some point, and it kind of ran across Canada today. Whatever is going on is going on. Do I think, that something's happening soon? Nope. Yeah, you got one too. Yeah. Do I think, there's going to be some big moment and then everything will be different after that? Nope. It's not what I've been feeling. It's going to be incremental every day. And how will you know and trust that your world is shifting for you? You got to be you got to be super observant and slow down. Go from a human doing into the human being. You're always being communicated with. We're generally just so busy doing something, we can't see it, feel it, hear it, sense it. So this intense, when things like this happen, so I had something happen with my elbow, Norma Jean had a little trip and fall, somebody else, those cut finger things going on. I'm like, we all need to slow down and be very, very present. Because when you do something like that, it makes you stay really present. So I did something to my elbow, and it has to do with the muscle in my forearm. But man, I couldn't sleep last night. It was like every time I moved it, I had like this ache going on. And it was actually a tendon thing at the end of the day. But as soon as I booked an appointment for this touch chiropractor that I know, as soon as I booked the appointment, it got better, which is ironic. I went and saw her anyway, and then she made it hurt more. And I was like, oh, I see what I've done. Okay, great. Now I know. Great. Now I know. But it kept me present all freaking night. So I didn't get a ton of sleep. So whether you're sleeping well or not sleeping well, yeah. When you cut your finger, you said, slow down, Cindy. Absolutely. Hi, just Fritz. Good to see you. Yeah. And with that, let's just take a really deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And again. And one last time. When we breathe out longer than we breathe in, it calms the vagus nerve and really brings you into this present moment. Really brings you into this awareness. And forces you to be a little more present. And it's this reminder again, because this has been going on for a while around the thoughts that are popping up for people, and some anxiety or depression or just plain old frustration from where they're at. And everything is always happening for a reason. Your thoughts are not facts. They're just thoughts. And if you can just observe them as a thought and choose whether or not you want to put your energy into that thought and take that thought and give it some energy action, right? So as soon as we, have a thought and then we attach to it, we give it energy, which gives it some action. And when we give it some action, well, now we've started giving it energy, which creates a bit of a timeline per se. So in other words, it starts I don't want to say I guess an evolution, evolving of energy. And so if you can just observe the thoughts, and a lot of people figure they can't meditate because my mind won't stop. It's not supposed to. They can't. You're going to have thoughts. It's, are you able to observe those thoughts? And then maybe jot down what was the most prominent thought. And if you just set a little timer, start for a minute, start for 2 minutes. But whatever you are starting, whether it is a guided meditation or a frequency or just music, the really important part is when you are jumping all over and trying different ones, you're feeding your monkey mind. It's still being allowed to grab. Whereas if you do one consistently for 30 days, you're going to find that your mind slows down. It gets into a routine. It gets to be more calm. Your mind needs a routine. It needs calmness. It needs to know that you're safe, right? That's subconscious reprogramming. And so it does take about 30 days to reprogram your subconscious and then go move on to something else and do that one for 30 days. So maybe make a little list of those things that you wish to change about yourself. What are the most important ones? Is it healing? Is it stress? Is it I'm not sleeping well? So list the things. Dun, 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 dun. I've been doing that past month thanks to your live last week. Perfect. I've been passing a million thoughts a day. Yeah, that'll happen, won't it? That's okay. Yeah, pass. No, thank you. Skip that one. Put the record on or fast forward. What else you got for me today? And remembering that the mind is always going to have thoughts. It's only once you attach to them that it gives it that energy. And you could even reword the thought if you wanted to. So I'll use an example. The classic one is your inner voice beating you up, right? And so we have inner voice, and then we have inner voice or our gut inner voice. If we focus more on the gut inner voice or the heart inner voice, you're going to find it's a much kinder voice and it's much quieter generally. Sometimes you might get a firm. But if it's the mind just whining like this and it gets into an I'm not good enough, oh no, I am good enough just as I am. I am. I am a work in progress. We all are eternally. It's not like there's some hit the finish line and I'm done and I won. No, it's all about the journey. It's all about the experience. Experience. And remember, so the same thing goes for that negative versus something negative happening in your life, and you go into a rant and then turn around and tell everyone about it. Oh, this happened to me. No, 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 no. Why are you giving it so much energy? In fact, as much as possible, when stupid things happen to me, I tend to laugh at myself. Like that whole key thing that we talked about on Sunday. I was laughing because I'm like, I have no idea why this is happening, and that's okay. So instead of being frustrated or angry, I was laughing about it. Oh, well, look at what I'm doing. I have no idea why I'm doing this. So I just allow it, and I just kind of laugh about it. So as we're learning to bridge from where we were to where we are to where we want to be, this bridging in, it's these micro daily steps of change that add up to a lot. It's this mind reprogramming the mind, the subconscious mind, that program that runs automatically, the one that gets you where you're going when your mind wanders off, the one that just wants to keep you safe and picks up millions of pieces of information per second. You want to use that for the good. And so as you do something for 30 days, as you get that reprogrammed, you're going to find it easier. You can make your own meditation. You could create your very own meditation of affirmations, put in some soft music, and put yourself to sleep. Your tone, your frequency is very healing for you. Absolutely. And it's also something that I do for people. Create a custom meditation after having a meeting with them, seeing where they're at, and being able to take some points that they want to focus on. So it gives you an action, an actionable step, and an outcome. And then after 21 to 30 days, hey, how's it going? Were you consistent? Did you do good? And I've had people fall off this wagon and then come back and go, "Oh, I stopped doing it. And oh my God, I went right back to where I was before." So it does take new habits, new consistency, a commitment to you. When you change, your entire world changes. You just have to decide where you're going to put your time. And working on that subconscious reprogramming is kind of the first step, in my opinion. That and just getting yourself grounded, right? Controlling what you can, getting more rest. Because some things are just out of our control. And the more we learn to interact with those differently, the easier and better that gets too. Absolutely. Can you think about where you were a year ago and where you are now? Hi, Rebel Spirit. And how far you've come and how beautiful that is. Like, give yourself a little pat on the back. You did it. Celebrate your own wins. You'll see me, I'll be doing something and I'll be, yay me. I'd be my best cheerleader because you know what? That's what really matters is that you are cheering you and you get a big smile on your face. That shifts your energy immediately. Laughing about something that brings you joy. We've been through some of this. So go easy on yourself right now. Go easy on yourself. Just be really conscientious about what you're consuming at this time because there's a lot of shit out there right now. Even like I haven't been on Facebook much. It was so full of division. I was like, oh, I was gonna stay out of there. Yeah. Winning, winning, winning. Absolutely. Yeah. We all deserve it. We all deserve to be our own best cheerleaders, to cheer ourselves on, to connect with common unity. And so this is what the CoQ 32 is about. And now I'm seeing a whole bunch more division about astronomy versus tropical, so sidereal versus tropical. We just have to look at the stars and you can see that we are not there yet. We are not in Aquarius. Ah, but do you know you're in a matrix? Do you know you were born into this matrix energetically? So this is where the difference is for people. And if this resonates with you, and I'm calling in this frequency for those that have not done their charts yet or have just done their charts, I'm speaking to you. Yeah, because it's been 2 months for me. And in those 2 months, it's been a ride. It's been as much of a ride, you know, as it has been in the last year. But this is 2 months. In 2 months, it's been quite a ride. And I just come into more realizations and more gratitude and more shifting and more synchronicities, but only because I'm being really observant and I'm being a little quieter. I'm being a little quieter, a little more time at home, a little more time napping. Because the most important part of this is being able to recognize what's going on. The more you read it, taking that break from the chart and then reading it and then looking at you are being shifted frequently by the colors. If you're listening to Chastia online and you are like, I don't understand what she's saying, don't worry, you're getting the codes you need. It will trigger a remembering for you, remembering who you truly are. For that is what we are all here for. And for those of us that are connecting around this and building this new foundation, keep communicating how you're feeling and what you're seeing. You know, we have one that was that's down in Mexico right now, but that storm was coming from Costa Rica and up into Mexico. And so her chart got done specifically around that to help anchor in. And then all kinds of synchronicities and butterflies and people. She's away. So guess what? She's super present because she's creating. So when you are in a habitual mode of every day is the same day, and you go through every day like this, and you're maybe not leaving the house much, you're not interacting with other people much. Yeah. You may be just hiding out a bit. That's a really important cocoon phase, and then as you come out of that and you start to blossom again, it's important to go out and get those interactions. It's important to create your life versus consuming it. Try something new, go somewhere different, whether get yourself outside in nature. So we can observe things differently, and it is nice to observe your home or your yard and be very observant about what's going on there. It's also good to connect with people online. Yeah, and we will see what happens with that, right? But when you're just in a consuming mode, it doesn't lift your energy the same way, and when you're in creation mode, yeah, absolutely, love. When you're in creation mode, you have an opportunity. But I happen to know you, Carolyn. It's a collective connection, absolutely. And Carolyn, I do know, yeah, when you're a full-time, oh, this is from Angie. Okay, when you're full-time caregiver. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So just little pockets. Drive home a different way. Drive to work a different way. It's those little things that'll keep you more present and in that observation mode because you're doing something different. So I hope that makes sense. It's an opportunity to perceive things in a different way. Maybe you're guided to go to a rec center, a yoga class, go skiing on a hill, snowshoeing, crochet club, painting, whatever brings you joy, whatever floats your boat that's within reason. Go ahead and get out there and do it and enjoy it. Yeah. Go get ice cream. As long as you're going somewhere you don't always go, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. All right, you guys, do you have any questions for me today? I really wanted to nail this home that there's and hey, I'm just as guilty as everyone else of wanting to, that's what this is human nature to keep going. Okay? How do I get here? How do I get I want to get there. I want to get there. But in doing that, you're creating a bit of a loop that you aren't there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. There is nowhere else I need to be in this moment in time. How good can this get? How amazing can it be? How amazing can it be? And anchor into that feeling. And just as you're dozing off to sleep, or maybe you're meditating, can visualize somewhere you would love to be. You don't need to know the how. You just need lock in the feeling, the gratitude, and the visual if you can, because your mind does not know the difference between a TV show, a movie, or your imagination or life. Yeah. I believe, yes, our expectations possibly hindering us. They certainly can. This is why we try and do this with a bit more detachment. Okay, I'd really like for this to happen. And in the meantime, I'm just going to hold the vision of it, hold the feeling of it. I can see it. I'm so grateful. May this or something even greater happen. and then do something that brings you joy or do the task you need to do with joy and being in that active meditation state. Yeah. There's anything, it's like the healing, right? I need healing, I need healing, I need healing. That is another healing loop. We have to remember, and I'm seeing it really big on YouTube right now within the, we'll call it spiritual community. I don't even want to call, I don't want to do anything called spirituality anymore because it's been so tarnished. It's actually really bad. There's all kinds of bullshit going on. So just remembering that what we want is things that help us now, that make us feel better now. And just like our expectations probably hurting or hindering us by wanting what we want in the future, you can keep an eye on that. But when you are, when I get there, I will be happy, you know, you've fallen into that trap. And there's a very fine line I find on those two things, a very fine line. And Annie, I want to say in regards to being a full-time caregiver and full-time employee, absolutely. Healthcare is a mess. Yeah, absolutely. And so, what can you do while at work to manage your energy around that? Right? What can you do to manage and even help the patient possibly? Humming, right? You could just be humming or having some like soft music playing around you. It's amazing when we shift our energy, how much we can shift the energy of those around us, surprisingly, like, quickly. Yeah, so again, there's that very fine line between the 2, to make sure that we're not putting out that, "Oh, I'll be happy when," because that's a really draining place to be. That will drain your energy faster than anything else I find. And so it's being really happy in the now, no matter where you're at, by realizing everything is happening for me, even though I don't like what's going on right now. I wonder what I'll learn from this. I wonder what opportunity to grow is within this for me. And that is generally enough for me to help me shift it a bit. Yeah. Aw, thank you. You're welcome. Comforting words. I hope so. Because I've been down this whole rabbit hole. I've played this game already and I'm going to the other side. And so as we are coming off the wheel, which is what you're doing is realigning with the cosmos, straightening your energy out, pulling off the wheel and being able now to observe the colors, read your chart once a week, once every few days, whatever you're called to, listen to Chastia and book your session when you're ready so we can deep dive a little more. But it gave me some profound insight on people I've known for a year. And I was like, ah, that makes so much sense. Oh, and that makes so much sense too. Perfect. I love hearing that. That's good that you're working from home. Perfect. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah. I'm feeling into your rebel spirit. You don't need to go that far out. Dial it down. Get yourself grounded right now. If in my recommendation, you do you. We got some interesting things going on here with tech. Go ahead and get yourself grounded if you can, because that will help and assist 100%. Humming is awesome. And that song, you know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, a dear. That is your own frequency. What better way to tone and tune your body than with your own voice? This is like really, really important for as we move forward in this. Yeah. The session with Tanya and the Kohue. Yes. Thank you, Kriva. Good to see you. Yeah. You start to understand, and Norma does the genealogy as well. And what a genealogy is astronomy and numbers too. So just remembering that yeah, you'll never be the same. Thank you, Kriva. Getting the wheel and getting it straightened out. So then this is why it takes a little time. It's chastity is for 7 years. Now, mind you, we are many more and there's more support now. I don't get that it's going to take 7 years, but it's going to take some space because you got to go around your wheel to your raise to work on those things, or to just observe enough that you're like, oh, I see that. That's attached to this and that goes here. All right, I'll be aware of that when that energy shows up for me. Yeah. Okay. Who else has been hearing a lot of sirens recently? I hear you, Rebel Spirit. I hear you. Who else has been hearing a lot of sirens? More sirens, more storms. I mean, it's that time of year. It's a storm time of year, but it was a pretty good wackadoodle storm on the West Coast, up and down the US and Canada. Yeah. And so in that storm, and I was observing it and observing it and observing it and observing it, it was no worse than any other storm we get. I think it was a little worse down in the US and definitely on Vancouver Island because they'll take the brunt first from the ocean, right? And I'm over on North Vancouver, so I am on the mountains on granite. And so our biggest concern really of anything here is the creeks over flooding. But the creek we've got on our property is like, there's like 15 feet, 20 feet before it actually would get up. Yeah. Yeah, you recognized it, right? Yeah, as soon as you start hearing more sirens, if you're in tune, you will, I hear more and more. So I just keep sending love to them because I know that as people are going through this process, one, all the boomers are of a specific age and a lot of them are departing. One of my staff's mother, who was 103 and Italian, just departed the other day. And I was like, oh, honey, yeah. She was 103. That's a great life. We choose to work on our mission and keep ourselves healthy. It's important. So we can maintain this frequency and hold this vibration wherever you are in the world. We're all in different points around the world. We're all starting to connect in common unity. We're doing a free group Zoom on this. Is that this? No, it's the following. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself for the 20th. On November 30th at 1 p.m. PT time, we're going to be doing a free Zoom. So under this video, it should be there if you wanted to sign up for it so you can check it out. Whether you have questions about CoQ or you would just like to connect in person. So, oh, you have an uncle who's 105.5. I love that. That's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we used to live to be much, much older, didn't we? Yeah. And I've taken to watching things like we want to do a trip to Japan at some point, watching that. We're definitely doing Egypt in October of 2025. Definitely, we're just getting that organized and sorted, but I can feel that vibration and I can feel we are going on a mission, a discovery, activation, transformation. Because I got it all sorted out there. I got Egypt down pat, per se. And Egypt was mentioned in your CoQ 32 chart because we have to remember that Egypt holds a lot of codes. Ooh, in fact, I just picked up on a series, and if it's good, I'll share on Egypt. Somebody's taken the Manly P. Hall and some of the Egypt and like brought it all together. And I'm like, ooh, that sounds actually interesting because it sounds like it'll be entertaining. So yeah, Egypt's definitely in my chart. Egypt called me in a way that I didn't expect it. And then when I was literally shuffling tarot cards, out comes the Ace of Swords, swift action, go now. And I was like, okay, I get information. And off to Egypt, and I used my dowsing rods the entire time while I was there. Yeah, absolutely. And it was perfect. I'm just trying to get my fancier rod. There we go. And so in using the rod while I was there, and it wasn't this one, it was a different one, but in using the rod the entire time there, I had visions of breaking a crystal in half and throwing part in the Nile. I had visions of the Karnak, and then all along the Nile, underneath the Nile, there are tons of tombs. Remember, things are already said. Why do they call it a bank? Because it's in the bank of the river, right? Your gems, your right? You're hiding stuff. You're hiding it in the banks of the river. That's why it got called a bank, because it's currency. What runs in the water runs current. And then remembering that we are all vibration and frequency. And I already know that we all know that the pyramids are missing the capstone, but in a way, it's some of it's a metaphor for your capstone. So it's remembering to activate your capstone. And in going into the King's Chamber, and I've been in the Queen's Chamber, I think they've mucked with that one a bit, though. It doesn't feel like it should feel in there. But in the King's Chamber, there's a spot for clearing and cleansing and toning. And then when you go in there, and we all lied in the sarcophagus, and did toning within there, it's a frequency vibration spot. And there is astronomy all around, alpha and omegas on the side. I found that last time I was there. And so it's this beautiful experience. In a meditation years ago, I yelled at Egypt out of nowhere. Yeah. We are going to be called in for this one. This is an important one. So yeah, it'll be exactly what it's meant to be. And there's a few new spots too. There's a few new spots to go to as well. Not there before. Okay. Carolyn, can you let Norma know that in the chat? Hold on. Let me just see. Yeah, so we've got somebody in the chat. Let me just fix this. Never mind, I got it. Dun, 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 dun. Done. All right, I got it, love. Norma's not in here right now. So there you go. There was somebody trying to sell something in the chat. So we don't need that, especially when it comes to black magic. So we do our own good magic, right? If you do black magic, this is what I understand on people doing this stuff. If you're out to get somebody and you're going to cast a spell, what is that doing for you? That's all I'm going to say about that. In my heart, I can't. And I have so much compassion for even those people that, I wouldn't necessarily choose to connect with or hang out with, but they're in my life. I just have a lot of compassion. Yeah, it's making it part of you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So tell me, guys, do you have any other questions? Where are we going from here? Are we in the age of Aquarius? This is a big question that's been going on. We're going to stick with what's in the matrix until we're out of the matrix, because this is the reality we're in right now. This is what has been the wheel and it's got magic in it. And so by correcting the rays and straightening them out, you're unbinding that original black magic. And we're recreating, because this is supposed to be a magical place. We're supposed to have a lot of fun down here. Yeah, it's supposed to be a little easier than it is. Do good things, more good things come to you. That's all been sort of messed with. And, and I'm just so grateful to know Chastia, because there's a lot of resonating going on around specific times of the year, and the information that comes into me, like I didn't know until I caught some little clip. All the resets were done around Halloween. That's when all the resets were done. That's why Halloween feels so disconjointed, because in your DNA, you know, and it's coming up as a feeling. Yeah, it's no mistake we've connected with Chastia right now. Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of bridging going on, and there will be a lot more to come in as it resonates for them, as they remember that you have everything you need within you. It's just a matter of, and this is why, like, even for Norma and I, and Norma being here, it's that remembering. And how do you remember? You remind each other. Oh, this, da 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 da. Oh, da 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 da. And all of a sudden, ding, 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 ding. Ding. This is what's happening even in the group. This is going on, and then somebody else comments. We're helping each other remember. Nobody's doing any of the work for you. You're doing it. You're creating it. You're in the driver's seat. Nobody's doing anything to you or for you. We're just guiding you. We're a mirror for you sometimes to show you what we're seeing in your energy. And it's always profound, those aha moments that people have. They're like my favorite. They're always profound. Yeah. So just remember, you're right where you're supposed to be. Stop waiting for something to happen. All right, Rebel Spirit, thank you for sharing. I wasn't on the live. I don't know anything about it. You'll have to catch up, Rebecca. We were just talking about how we're all right where we're supposed to be. We need to stop waiting for those external circumstances to change. And I've been saying this for a long time. And especially in the US, everyone's like, oh, the election's here. Now everything's going to change. No, it's still the same play it out game. I don't even want to play that game anymore. I want to go past that game. I want to elevate that game, way elevate, on plan. Absolutely. Let's go. Yeah. So as I have been researching how to do different points, there's barter systems. How can we do this differently? I know it's going to be shown to me because I just put a little action into it. And I'm like, okay, show me something better. So show me something even more amazing. Yeah, you hear sirens right now. Yep. As we go through this, there's going to be this tick, 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 tick lock. Oh, it's go time on this. So, but it's in that patience that we're unraveling what no longer serves us. When you have the same thing show up in your field, but you go, oh, I know this energy. I am not going to do that again. I am not going to play that way again. I'm going to, no, I'm going to do this one differently. I'm going to approach this differently. In fact, I'm going to get really quiet and just observe. Okay, so where does this come from? What do I need to look at? Show me, guide me. Yeah. Oh, you hear sirens too. Yeah, sirens are going on like crazy right now. Yeah. Yeah. Ding, 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 it's time. Yeah, alarms, sirens. No matter what happens, I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be, doing right what I'm supposed to be doing, right moment, right time. No freaking doubt. And I'm just so grateful that you are all here with. I really, really am. Yeah. Yeah, I know you were a siren. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Rebecca's recently had her chart done, so all of them are profound, and they're always done just at the right time based on what's going on energetically, and remembering planets are all energies, and we'll be speaking more of that as well. Got really good at that one. Just observe everything. All will be shown. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, you guys, I'm going to pop off a little early today. I have a live healing session, which if you are feeling like you need some healing, dun, 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 you can get it for $22 on the website, or you can just message in the group if you're interested. And then we do have our Zoom meeting on December 30th. That's also on the website. And don't forget, when you sign up for the newsletter, you get your name put into a draw for a free 1 hour with me. And so we will do another draw. We do one each month. If your name is not drawn from the month before, you stay in there and we just add a few more names. And then when we pull one and that one comes out. Yeah, November 30th, we'll do that one. Yeah, right. November 30th. Thank you. Sorry. Did I do that again? 11:30. Yes. I'm already at the end of the year. Let's go. You're okay, Kreba. All right, you guys. I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful evening. And remember that breath whenever you need it, because it's quite important at this time. Yeah, your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. And remember,